Ever found yourself staring at your GrabPay screen in a foreign country, wondering if you're getting the best deal with their currency exchange? It's a question that pops up for a lot of us, especially as we're trying to navigate new places and keep our travel budget in check. We're all looking for convenience, but not at the expense of getting ripped off with hidden fees or terrible exchange rates. So, do you really need to exchange currency on GrabPay? That's what we're diving into today. GrabPay has become a staple for many, especially in Southeast Asia. It's incredibly convenient for paying for rides, food deliveries, and even in-store purchases. But the currency conversion part can be a little murky. You see the price in the local currency, but your GrabPay balance is usually in your home currency. So, something's happening in the background, right? They're converting your money. The big question is whether the conversion is working in your favor. Let's break it down. GrabPay, like most digital wallets and payment platforms, uses its own exchange rates. These rates are often, though not always, competitive with what you'd find at a physical money changer or even your bank. However, they're not always the best. And that's the key. Sometimes, they're good enough. Other times, you could be losing a little bit of money on each transaction. It might seem like small change, but those little bits can add up, especially if you're making lots of purchases throughout your trip. So, how do you know if you're getting a decent deal? The first thing you should do is compare GrabPay's exchange rate with the mid-market rate. The mid-market rate is the midpoint between the buy and sell prices for a currency, and it's generally considered the fairest exchange rate. You can easily find the mid-market rate on websites like Google Finance, xe.com, or even your bank's website. Once you have the mid-market rate, compare it to the rate GrabPay is offering. You can usually find this information within the GrabPay app itself, sometimes hidden in the transaction details or settings. If the GrabPay rate is significantly lower than the mid-market rate, you might be better off using a different method of payment. Now, what are those alternatives? Well, you could use a credit card that offers good foreign exchange rates and doesn't charge hefty international transaction fees. Many travel credit cards are designed specifically for this purpose. Another option is to exchange currency beforehand at a reputable money changer. This gives you physical cash in the local currency, which you can then use for smaller purchases or places that don't accept cards. However, carrying large amounts of cash can be risky, so it's always a balancing act. Sometimes, the best approach is a combination. Use GrabPay for smaller, everyday transactions where the convenience outweighs any potential small loss in exchange rate. Then, for larger purchases or when you know you'll be spending a significant amount, consider using a credit card with favorable foreign exchange terms or cash that you've exchanged at a good rate. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to exchange currency on GrabPay comes down to careful comparison and your own personal preferences. Don't just assume it's the best option because it's convenient. Take a few minutes to check the rates and consider the alternatives. A little bit of research can save you money in the long run. With said, thanks for watching and until next time.